Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever Thursday improvisation. Every Thursday I'm going to be posting a video on some improv ideas for both piano, guitar, and possibly even the bass guitar. But today we're going to start with the piano, and we're going to do one of my favorite improvisations of all time. It's actually one of many. It's based on the C blues scale. So let's jump right in with the C blues. We have C, E flat, F, G flat, G, B flat, and then C. And of course, those being the notes you can use, you can play them as high or as low as you want. And as you'll see from the improvisation, you want to kind of treat the solo as if you're talking, right? You don't want to just sit there and play the scale forward and backward all the time. It's going to be super boring. So you want to create little passages, little phrases, little runs that will help you develop your improv style. In the left hand, we're going to do a simple 1-4-5 in the key of C. Now in the right hand, we're in the C blues scale, and in the left hand, we're going to be in the C major scale. And what's really interesting about that is all the chords in the key of C that we're going to use for the 1-4-5 don't have any minor intervals in them. They're all major chords. But in the blues scale itself, you have a minor third, a diminished fifth, and a minor seventh. So what makes the blues so attractive and so gritty and dirty is the combination of a major chord against that minor third or that minor seven, right? Usually if you're playing major chords, you're sticking with major melody notes, but in the blues we break all rules and we get a really cool dirty kind of sound. So without further ado, your left hand chords are C major, C, E, G. We're going to do an inverted F major, so we're going to go C, F, A, and then an inverted 5 chord in the G major, which is D, G, B. All right. Now the whole idea here is just to play the chord and hold it out for 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then improvise on your blues scale notes in the right hand. Now this might look like it's an easy kind of situation, but in reality, to truly expand on this, you kind of have to take your brain and split it in half, right? One side of your brain has to be on autopilot while you play these chords. And I'm not going to be too particular about the order or how many times you play them, as long as you're keeping some sort of time and always playing one of them at all times as a foundation for your right hand, then you should be good. Again, the blues is very forgiving. The dirtier, the messier, the better. So here we go. I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit here, and then I'll break into a full progression. Okay, so here we go. We'll start with the C chord, and I'm just going to visualize those blues notes, right? And I'm just going to go. So as you saw right there, I kept time and the harmony with the left hand on those chords. I didn't miss any beats. In the right hand, I used only the blues notes to create a simple, recognizable, easily remembered phrase that the ear could grab onto, so that you're able to then expand on that, and then the blues notes interacting with the left hand chords is what gives it its full flavor. So now I'm just going to expand on this idea. Again, when you're improvising in that right hand, you don't want to play the scale as a scale. Think of the scale as the ingredients necessary to create the blues style, but you don't want to just play everything all at once over and over and over, because that is absolutely boring. What you want to do is like what I did, where you come come up with a phrase that you can come back to. Other things you can do is play a phrase in this octave and then move it up another octave. And it gives it a slightly fresh feel. So let's just expand into this. I'll play you a little bit of an improvisation here, and then we'll call it a day. And then I hope you guys can do the same in your own time. Here we go. Nothing too fancy. I held onto the 1-4-5 chord progression in C major in the left hand. I exploited all the notes of the blues scale, including the A, which is not part of the blues scale. That's another secret to the blues. Throwing in non-scale tones just to kind of freshen it up and add some resistance to that sound. And you put it all together and you try to make it as rhythmically interesting as possible. Everyone has their own threshold for rhythmic ability, but trying to be as interesting as possible. One thing you don't want to do is go like this, because that's just boring. The blues needs to speak. It needs a soul and a personality. So keep that in mind when you're improvising. If anybody has any questions or requests, comments, please like and subscribe this. I think there's a lot of people out there that are stuck on improvisation. I think this could help them. Please share if you like this. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching.